Now, some of you parents are home and you are wondering how you're going to deal with all the energies running around, all your kids running around. The coronavirus has made kids to come home. And I think, if I'm correct, I think I'm correct here. It sounds like the school year has already come to an end, and the rest of the school year might even be carried till next year. The reason is we don't want our kids to be wiped out. I'm Idika Imeri, and today we want to talk about how do you raise a teenage child. The reason is this. Teenagers have so much energy. You don't know how to handle them. And it sometimes sounds like they are rebellious and stubborn. And you become offended. We were all like that. Some of us, not all of us. Because personally, I wasn't like that. It all depends on your upbringing. Sometimes, like Mary told me last time when we were discussing, your environment that you were brought up matters. So here, we want to jump in and begin to look at how do we deal with teenagers? How do we raise them? That is where we are tonight. So that we will not get aggravated, we will not get angry, we will not become irritable or irritated because of the way kids are behaving. So I have many of parents here with me tonight, and they want to talk to you on how to raise teenage children without them putting you in trouble. I have seen teenage children who told their father or their mother, "Oh, I'm going to call the cops on you." And I've actually seen children calling the cops on their parents. I've seen it. I have seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. And I don't like that at all. I don't know what their parent did for the kids to have the audacity to call the cops. There is a way you handle children without injuring yourself. There are things that you can ignore. There are things kids do and kids says that if you are not somebody that knows how to ignore certain things, it will get into you and you will die before your time. And you will end up sometime in a mental institution because of your teenage children. Because at the height of teenager is when you think that you know everything, even when you don't know nothing. Let's go into it. What do teenage kids do that can get into their parent very easily and they become very angry and upset? Let's discuss it.
One, I agree with what Mary said. It depends on the environment.
Okay, Google.
And
Call Shante.
I feel everybody raised their kids differently.
Shante
based on
CA.
their background and so forth.
Calling Shante CA.
Right, Russell?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I want to invite somebody to this conversation. There's somebody that is supposed to be in this conversation. Lizzie, are you here with me?
Yes.
Hi, Shante, are you done with work today? Okay, I'm waiting for you to join me at the conference line. We are discussing something that I need your voice in. We are discussing how to raise a teenage child, and I need you because you have one. I want to hear from you. Okay, bye-bye. So Shante is joining us. Let's continue. We have Diane on the line. Diane, continue, please. We need to hear from you, wonderful, wonderful lady.
Well, as I was saying, I agreed with Mary about the environment and so. And once everybody raised their kids differently, again, it's based on how we were raised and our situations and all of that.
Was how you were raised, was it different from how was the environment different from the environment that kids are raised today? Yeah.
Things I implement the same.
Okay.
Um,
Did kids have to call cops on their parents?
do they have to what?
Did you have to call cops on your parent when you didn't like what they said, or the advice they gave you were being given? Did you threaten your parent that you are going to call the cops on them, and you actually called the cops on them? Did you do that?
No.
Okay, so what gave the children the authority for them? If you don't do exactly what they want to call the cops on you. What is causing all this?
I couldn't back off my mom. Like, answer back. Like, be too sassy. Or just sass them. And I just put up with that for my kids.
Hmm.
Like, even if they came home and they said, oh, my friends did this, and my friends, parents let them do this and that. And I would say, well, that's their house for them to do what they want. This is ours,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what we will do.
Mm-hmm.
Or these are the rules of our house.
Mm-hmm.
We gave them time for homework, time to play, TV time, and there was time for bed.
Okay.
And try to introduce them to different things because I was raised the devil find works evil hand. So who is doing track, who is doing music, get them involved in different things.
Okay.
And I remember, and some kids you have to, I feel, because I have a boy and a girl, and they have different dispositions. They still do, the girl and they still do. And I think my daughter wanted to go somewhere, and I think Lucky had said no. And I don't agree with you going with that person or that home or so.
And they stayed back. They stayed back.
Said, so you want to pick my friends for me? And my husband says, you damn right, because you're not doing a good job. Until you can do a good job, you display that, I will pick your friends for you.
Wow. Wow. And do you know what that will do to some kids? Somebody can jump in here. Do you know what that will do to some kids? If they want to go with a particular person while they are teenagers and you said no, a lot of kids will become very angry, and some of them will not want to talk to you. Some of them will start to go into a sort of pseudo depression, so that because children knows how to use emotion to try to get to the parent, and try to compare you to other parents too. Oh, you see, these kids can go out and party. They can go out and do this. Why can't we do the same? How do you walk? Because it's a very fine line. How do you walk this fine line in the Western world and in North America? How do you walk this fine line? Because if you and the kids were living in Africa, if you were raising them in Africa, in Eastern Europe, in the Middle East, in the Arab world, in the Caribbean, like in India, the parent will simply just go and cut one of the branches from the tree and flog that child big time, right in front of the police. And the police will do nothing about it. And the police will say, yeah, let us catch you if I'm talking back on your parent. And the police will walk out. But not here. It's a different culture. It's a different way of life. I know of one principal of a high school. That man was called Uto. Uto. Uto is the sound of that is bo, bo. When you hear that sound, you know that somebody's been flogged. Somebody's been whooped with the whooping rod. Very good whooping rod. And they will flog you on your butt. I'm serious. Malia, put Sophia on mute. Put Sophia on mute. Maria, put Sophia on mute. Thank you. Now.
My kids also had curfew.
Okay, they had curfew. Okay.
Yes.
What happened if a child violates the curfew? How do you handle it? What happened if, if you tell the child?
Hold on. We used to say to them, you'd be allowed privileges, and if you can't handle them, you'd lose them.
Okay. What about if the child becomes violent?
Pardon?
If a teenage child becomes violent because they can't have their way, what do you do?
Violent with whom, me?
Yeah, violent with the parent. Yep. Yeah, if the child becomes violent with you, what do you do?
But there are certain things my kids have never done. They've never raised their hands with me.
Okay.
And never with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it at that point when a child becomes violent because they cannot have their way, is it the right time for you to call the, what do you do? If a child becomes violent because they cannot have their ways, anybody who have had experience with this, please tell us how you handle it.
I didn't experience. I saw a little kid one day coming down the avenue and he had come home. He was already in the military and he said, this little kid said to the mother, leave me the F alone. And I stood up and looked at that lady. I was like, and she said nothing. Come on, honey.
Please, wait. There's somebody who is talking. Who is talking with the daughter or the son? Please, can you put yourself on mute? You will still be listening to us, but we will not be hearing you. This is a discussion. I cannot mute anybody because this is a discussion stuff. All right? You cannot be discussing with your family while the program is going on. Either you leave the program, later you can watch it. Okay? Thank you very much. Continue, Diane.
And I put my bag down and I looked at the lady. I was in awe. I was like, and I said to my son, and he is grown, come home from the military and vacation. And I said to him in front of the woman, I said, as grown as you are, if you ever speak to me like that, they will pick you up off the floor. I swear the police will hold me after. When I said that, she looked at me and she said to the kids, say, Sarah, you don't speak to me that way. I'm like, kid, you lucky like you're that woman's child and not mine. You must lose your mind. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's go. There is a question on the ground.
There's some things we didn't tolerate.
Okay.
There were a lot of board games and all of that. We'd play with them, like, to occupy their time. There are different things to do. I mean...
Let's begin with this. Let's begin with...
Regimented.
Okay, let's begin with this. If you've given your child the privileges, a schedule, they have to do dishes, they have to help do laundry, they have to help mow the lawn, they have to do this, they have to do their own laundry, they have to take trash out. You're teaching them how to handle money. If the children refuse to do those things, they are not reading, they are failing in their tests, they are coming back with an F and a D instead of an A and a B. How do you handle that? And if you try to correct them, constantly they want to go out. And you want them to be indoors to do chores and to study, and they don't want to do any of that. How do you handle that? How do you handle that without it getting to you? Let's go to Shante. Shante, help us out here. You have a teenager.
I think structure from the beginning is most important because once they get to a certain...
Okay, wait. Speak louder. She is saying structure from the beginning is important. That's powerful.
Yes.
Structure from the beginning. And that means you must draw the line that the children knows that you are parent, you are mommy or you are daddy, and that you are not their best friend, you are not their love, you are not the love in their life, you are parent. You must have that line drawn. Am I going on right in what I'm saying?
Right.
Good. Because some people want to buddy with their children. And that is where things go wrong. You're buddy with the children. So they begin to think that you are their friend, their love. In fact, you will see they begin to think that they are more important in your life than your husband or than your wife. They begin to think. In fact, from the word go, they begin to think that they're in control of your marriage or your relationship. So what Shante is talking about is very, very important. Draw the line and let the children know that they are the kids and that you are parents, that they are minor and that you are the senior. You are the one that the government will hold responsible for not drawing the line. It's like a child telling you that you are a bad parent. The child is just 10 years old. You are a bad mother, you are a bad father, you don't allow them to take your car key and go and start driving. You buy into the emotion, the cry, and all of that, and the child take your car, you don't hide the car or a gun. I need to start learning how to shoot. And that child shoot one of the brothers or sisters or kill, or shoot you and kill you, or shoot themselves. So there are things that you cannot go by emotion. You cannot say, these are my kids, I will give them whatever they want. These are my kids, I will take them wherever they want to go. I will let them do whatever. I watched as a child was given a curfew. A boy child was given a curfew. You and your sister, you are going to visit your cousins and your nephews. You must be home by 10 o'clock. I'm coming. Once it's 10 o'clock, a few minutes before 10 o'clock, call me 30 minutes before 10 o'clock. That's 9:30. You should call me. I'm coming to pick both of you home. 9:30, the girl called. The mother went to go and pick them. The boy said, oh, somebody else is bringing me home. And the mother allowed that. The best thing you do is get your butt from that place. Leave that drink. Get in the car. Let's go. That's what a mother is supposed to do. So, okay, let them bring you. Do you know when that boy came back? The boy came back home the next day, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And nothing was done. See, that's what we are talking about. The reason is, another thing is this. Do not do anything. Yeah, listen to this. Do not do anything that gives your children advantage to do you wrong. And to start comparing you. And to tell you, you are not a good mother. You are not a good father. I see you with this man. I see you with that man. I see you are sleeping around with all these people. You told me not to tell this one about this one. You tell me not to tell this one about this one. You have given the children advantage over you. They will start disobeying you. You better believe it or not.
You put them on the same level.
Yeah, you're putting them on the same level. And then when the father come to tell the children, you should not say this to your mother. I gave you this. I do this for you. I am, this is whom I'm talking to. And the children are seeing who their father is befriending and doesn't want the mother to know. But the children now know. The children now have advantage over the father and advantage over their mother, because they are seeing the mother as a non-entity, as somebody who a secret is being kept from her. And because of that, she is a woman that does not know. And if people know a secret that you don't know, they have power over you. That's what it is. That's where all this thing begins. And also, if the children knew that there was an opportunity for you to go to college and you didn't finish college and you are trying to make them to go and read and study, they will say, bloody hell, you didn't go to college, you didn't finish, you have no certificate. Why are you trying to force me to go? There's nobody in this family that went to college. Everybody has a $5 job. Why should I go and bust my butt, kiss my ankle, to go and being a soldier, a pilot, a lawyer, a doctor. Do you know that those are for high class people? We are not high class people. So the class that you put yourself on earth is also going to determine how the children are going to compare you and look at you. And also the kind of people you surround yourself with. If they are poor, broke, cheap, the kind of husband you are marrying or the kind of wife you are marrying is also going to determine how the children in that relationship are going to look at you. I'm serious. I have seen children who the mother didn't want to be anything. She just wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And they were all, the father, what is the father who said, don't do any job. I just want you to be a stay-at-home. I told the woman, you should go and learn a trade. Go and obtain a professional career. Because that same man that is telling you that he's going to take care of you, that same man will change. And my word came to pass. The man changed. When the man met somebody else who is a lawyer and who love him and who began to spoil the children of that woman, of that man, began to be the one that will come. The woman did not even learn how to drive. When the father wasn't around, that lawyer will sneak in to come and take the children to school, take them to places, and that woman was watching. The woman was watching and didn't know what was going on. Do you know that those children will respect the new woman? Whatever that new woman told them to do. I want both of you in the library studying, they will go. But if their mother tells them, they will not. By the time you know it, those children were hitting A's and B's because there was somebody else. You've given an advantage to an outsider. So Shante, say it again. Say it again. Shante, say it again. Say it again. Say it again. What is the...
They should have structure.
Structure. Structure. That word structure also stands for foundation. You must... That is why I want all of you to attend the marriage school. When we will put up the marriage school, pay for it, come to it. Because you are going to learn how to do this thing. See, marriage, parenting is a school. Look at Meghan and Harry. They thought they knew it all. Now they really see how it works. They fled to Canada. They don't want to stay in England no more. Because they now see that after wedding comes marriage. Ha ha! After wedding, after the cake and the ice cream and the church service, marriage now begins. You don't want the paparazzi to follow you. Why then did you get married? And allow the paparazzi to come and see everything that you are doing. Now you don't want them to follow you. When once you become famous, paparazzi are going to follow you whether you like it or not. Because you are now in the limelight. You are now famous.
I have first been here. I have to say something, so give me a chance to speak, please.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Shante, hold it because you are going back to talk to us about structure and a lot of things. That's why I brought you in, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And this is just coming off of the topic of structure. You know, there are a lot of parents. There's situations where every family is different. There are things going on, different things going on in different families.
Yes.
When you have parents who have allowed the children to manipulate them from very young.
Wait. Did you hear the word to manipulate? That is one thing you have to watch. See, big words are coming out tonight. Structure. Vivian, I hope you are writing it down. Mary, I hope you are writing. Victoria, you are the Archbishop Secretary. Structure is number one. Number two, manipulate. No manipulation from the word go. If you want to have a strong structure, you have to watch that you don't allow the children to manipulate you from day one. Because children knows. Children are looking for opportunity to manipulate you. They are human beings. Continue.
You know, you might have a situation where there's two parents. There might be two parents in the house, but the parents are not same parent.
Yes.
The father might say, well, okay, and vice versa.
Or say to the children, whatever mommy asks you to do, that is my stand. Go to mommy and do what mommy says. That's the way it should be.
But then you have some children that the manipulation is so great that they might say, well, look, this is what mommy said. And it could be contrary to what mommy said. And rather than the father
going to ask and find out,
he said, okay. All right. The other thing is that there are lots of parents out there today who think that the children, as far as they're concerned, the children have rights, a lot of rights. And in our household, we were told the only right that you have, as long as you live under this roof, the only rights you have is to do what I tell you to do. Okay? And
that goes back to what Diane was saying about regiment. The only right you have in this house is to do what you are told to do, and that should be put to them from the word go. Children should not know that. Continue.
For us, we grew. For us, like Diane and Chantal and Vivian and myself and Anne, we grew up in a whole different environment. So it wasn't a situation where you call the police.
Yeah.
It wasn't until we came to the United States that we, this police thing came up. But my mother tell you straight, you call the police. If I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail for something. So you decide
with my wife.
Exactly.
Well, this world, I'll take you out.
There you go. But then that's going to the that's the extreme. We're living in this environment now. So, but the other thing about the example of the child using the profanity to the parents, the parents allow that from the beginning.
Exactly.
If you don't teach the child from the groundwork from home, when the child gets out, it's going to embarrass you. But then the teenagers, it is only a continuation of what they are used to doing.
Yes.
You have parents. You have another situation where you have a broken home. The father is not there, or the mother is not there, and these parents are trying to win the affection of the child. They want to make the other parent look bad.
Good. I got it. And also, that is why I said to parents, do not use children to fight a divorce war, to fight a warfare between both of you. Don't use children, because you can deny that child seeing the other parent, but when the children grow up, because that's human nature, what you tell children not to go after, they are going to sit down and ask themselves, why are you not allowing me to see my parent? That's why even children who are adopted, at the end they will start, when they figure out this or they know it, they want to know who their real parent is. So when you keep a child many a time from knowing the father or the mother, you won in the court, you use children to win a warfare, well, be careful. Because if the other parent become wealthy out there, well, I'll tell you, children go where the food is and where the money is. They will change. That's just the way it is. That comes back to the manipulation. So you can manipulate the children and tell them every bad thing about the other person that is now your ex. Thank God I don't have no ex in my life. That's what I said. People ask me, have you ever been married? I said, I don't know anything about marriage. Forget about it. Thank you. Have you ever had a divorce? I said, I don't know anything about divorce. Never had one. Don't need it. Continue, my dear.
Yeah, I just have two other things to add and then I'm finished.
Okay.
One, my mother had a look, and the look was worse than anything. You get that look, and it seems as though that look has rubbed is that's behaving badly. For some reason, when I gave them that look, they stop what they're doing. The other thing is a story. You know, my sister. I remember my sister's. My nephew. He thought he's in America. He's gonna call the police on my sister if she hits him. And she told him. She gave him the phone. She said, "Call the police." And it was in the heart of the winter, and he thought he was a man. He's calling the police. She said, "Fine. Now I want you to take all of your clothes off when the police come, and you go out in your birthday suit because I bought those clothes. I'm not going out with anything." Okay. So you know, it is like children, and children at that point he realized, look, I going out there naked, it's cold out there.
Yeah.
He caught himself, and he never tried that again.
There you go.
But but it is all in how, again, like Shantae said, it's the structure.
Yep.
And I'm done. I've said what
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Diane, and thank you, Roslyn, thank you, Roxy. Now, Shantae, we are back to you.
Yeah, I was going to touch on a little bit of what you said also on manipulation. You guys were talking about that. And see, when they start seeing that they can manipulate you and twist you into how they want you to be.
So the children are searching for what they can use to their own advantage. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Oh, whoa.
They can use their own advantage. Yeah, and then what happens is they think that that's okay, and then they start using that in other areas of their life, and then that creates a whole other mess of problems. What happens when they run into the wrong person one day? That would have been corrected at the base, at the foundation, of parenting.
So does that mean, Shantae, that there are things that are adult business? There are things that you should not say. We are not talking about sexual things. We are talking about things that the kids, it's not the kids' business, that you should not bring them into.
Right, yeah, and the kids don't need to hear everything that you're saying. Especially when they're teenagers, you have to be very careful about what you say.
Yeah.
You pick up on everything. Even when you think that they're not paying attention, yeah, they're paying attention. And then they want to take things and say, well, you said this, or I heard you over talking, saying something about this to somebody else, and why can't I do it,
Yeah.
And then that goes into, you don't need to explain yourself to your kids,
Yeah.
You don't need to explain everything that you do or everything that you're saying as an adult, because it's not their business to know everything that you're supposed to be doing as an adult. But yeah, I just feel like it's just so important to correct them. Like my daughter, for instance, she's 16, and I still get her. I'll still spank her on her leg or whatever, and she knows I mean. I don't care how old you are. You're still my child. I'm still going to correct you, because if I don't correct you, somebody else will.
Yep.
And that goes into a whole nother mess of things. So, and then, if you have people looking at you like, well, aren't you going to say anything? Yeah, of course. You got to correct them right away. And then, if your kid is getting violent with you, or someone's kids are getting violent with their parents, then
I want to hear that part. I really want to hear, because this is the crux of the matter. If a kid is getting violent, how do you deal with it? If you say to a kid, this is what you are supposed to do, you are not supposed to do this, and a kid punch your car and break the glass, the windows of your car, or punch a hole on the wall of the house, how do you even deal with that? Or if your kid thinks that he or she now is bigger than you and taller than you, and now push you aside or punch you, and you fall down, how do you deal with that?
at that point they need to go to jail.
Okay, but what about parents who are so emotionally attached to their kids that even if their child chop off their head or chop off their hand. They want to say, this is my child. This is all that I got. Only these 5 kids that I got. I have to protect my children. And the kid is slapping the hell out of you, box you. You know, you are bleeding on the nose. You are still broke. He's violent. Oh, I don't want the state to take my child. I don't want them to put my child through psychotherapy. I don't want them to come and take my child and put them on boot camp. That's my child. What do we do with such mothers and fathers? Are they not bastard parents? Are they not enabling parents? Why do you think you are going to lose your children instead of allowing a child that you cannot handle? For those who can handle those kind of children to deal with them from the word go. And you keep protecting them because it's going to reach a point where your child going to pick a gun and shoot somebody or kill you or kill the other little one, the other siblings. You better think about it. Or pick a gun and go to school and shoot somebody. Why? Because when your child started to show some serious tantrum, they cannot get this. You took your children to Walmart. You say, this is what you should get. This is the best. And your child punch you in front of everybody and you fall down in Walmart and you cannot do anything about it. How do we deal with these kind of things? Where the parents are too emotionally attached. They do not know how to detach. Let's go there.
That child would need a psychiatric evaluation for sure.
And what again after that?
Listen, not only the child, the parent needs a psychiatric evaluation. They're going to be sitting back saying that, oh, my child, this is my child, blah, blah, blah. When it comes to that, for me, it's tough love.
Okay.
And sometimes they need to spend the night in jail,
That's what I'm talking about, tough love.
Yeah, let them think about it. You can't. Some people aren't strong enough to do that. Me myself, if that's what I felt like my children needed, you spend the night in jail. Sit your butt there and think about what you did.
Do you know that there are parents who have already spent their 401k, taking their kids in and out of jail? The kid will go and fight with police. The kid will go and fight with people out there. The kid will go and steal. And the mother and father are spending their money to hire lawyers, trying to cover up for them. And then the video is there to show them stealing from Target, from Dollar General, from 7-Eleven and Quick Trip and all these stores. And the parents are willing to fight to keep their kid at home. Oh, that is my child. Oh, they are prosecuting my child. Oh, my goodness.
Not my 401k.
I'm telling you, I know of a woman right now. They spend everything. They spend everything. Because they think that is what they should do. That is what it means to be a parent. We are talking of raising a child from teenager to adult. That's where we are heading with this. That's where we are heading with this. Shante, continue. We are listening to you.
I was going to make another point. I do have a family member, and this family member is, over 50 years old, and they went to jail, and the mother, I won't say which family member it is, but
Okay.
the mother was calling around saying, hey, we need to bail this person out of jail. And I said, no, that person is over the age of 30.
Yes.
No better. It's really over the age of 25. You
Yep.
should know better, but some people don't. But if they don't get it by the age of 50, they just aren't going to get it, and they just have to sit there.
There you go.
I feel.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Now, how do we deal with parents now who are enabling violence in their children? Who sees their children doing this? The child can have something, the child doesn't want to do something, the child becomes violent, and you are protecting that child. What are you doing to that child? What are you doing to that little boy, to that little girl, to that teenage boy, to that teenage girl? What are you doing to them when they get violent and you do not do anything about it? What kind of parent is that? And what should be done to those? Shouldn't those parents should be held responsible?
If I can interject some things here because I have to come. I don't have kids, but work as a counselor and as a youth leader.
And that's why I'm inheriting everything. I'm in your will already a long time ago. Thank you very much. God bless you.
One of the things that I found as a youth leader, I walk between the parents and the children. In that I had to get the confidence of the kids and separate them from the parents because a lot of times the parents are there and they're overprotective, they're stopping the kids from doing stuff. But when you get there, you talk to these kids and you figure out what is the problem. Once you can get their trust and you hear what the problem is, you can deal with it from that end. And a lot of times I had to separate the parents from the children and deal with it separately. Because once the parents come, it's a different, it's a complete different story. So sometimes you have, and then some of it too, I have to say this because sometimes I found that some of it is spiritual also. So there was some prayer that had to come in there. But also you had to teach them, because some parents don't, I don't know, in this generation, a lot of parents are not teaching their kids. They themselves do not know what to do.
Because some of them are kids, themselves. Some of them are kids.
This is a completely different generation. I mean, we said this generation is bad. No, we did the same thing, but not to this extreme. And I think it's Rosalind that said something, because I'm sitting by the window, and these kids are playing, I guess it was soccer or something. And, I mean, these were kids like from 5 up. And if you heard the language, I mean, I was shocked, because I was like, really? And then they said it in front of the parents.
Is it right? And is it right for a teenage child, to go and be arranging a woman or a man for the parent? A woman, oh daddy, I found a girlfriend for you. Oh mommy, I found a boyfriend for you. As though that is really nothing. Yes. Is that really right? And it's like, well, it's on. Is it right for a parent to see the kids watching pornography and they do nothing about it? And then you ask the child, and you say to the child, why are you watching pornography? And the child tells you, well, my dad and mom said to me that it's a form of entertainment. Now let me finish this. Let me finish this, and you are coming back to this because I need you to elaborate more on this. What do you do? What do you do when a child sees both father and mother having other men and women, and they are having a 4-some or 5-some or 3-some, and the children are seeing it? What do you do? Listen to this. Yeah. What do you do? How do you raise a child properly when the child, when a teenage boy growing up into an adult is sleeping with the mother, and when the teenage girl is sleeping with the father, they're having sex already, and it's part of the culture of that family? How do we raise kids? Yeah, how do we raise kids properly when mothers are having sex with their sons, and daughters are having sex with their brothers and with their fathers, as though this is nothing? This is serious.
Some of it is cultural too.
When I was preparing for this, God began to reveal to me. There are some people who have in my ministry, they just have to run, because this was revealed to me. See that man? He's sleeping with the daughter. You see that woman? He's sleeping with the son. You see that son? That child is sleeping with the mother and the grandmother. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. It's all over. I saw it. And I raised it and I said to them, why are you doing this? They fled. They just fled. They fled. Because I told them, I said to the woman, I saw you sleeping with your son last night. Why are you doing this? Because you are confusing this boy and you are destroying his mind at this age. And when you see such women have no allegiance to nobody. And when you see men who are sleeping with their daughter, sleeping with their mothers, they have no allegiance to nobody. And then they expect the kids to do well in school. They expect the kids to do well in moral and character. How do you think your children are going to be able to keep one woman or one man? Whereas those kids sees you, the mama or the father, they know that you cannot keep any man or woman except to take their money. I have seen a man telling the daughter, you see, the reason why I have the reason why I have this girlfriend is for this. The reason why I have the side chick is for this. You know, I'm just being smart. And the daughter goes, yes, daddy, you're very smart. We'll make money out of them. And I'm like, Jesus, have mercy. Jesus, have mercy. And I have seen the same thing of the son. And at the end of the day, the son is the same like the father and mother. The son cannot keep any girlfriend because everyone that he brought into his life is to milk them, get enough money from them, create a drama that will make them leave and go for somebody else. See, it all comes back to structure. Shante talks about structure. Roslyn talks about no manipulation. Watch what you are doing. This is it. If they see you putting a horn on daddy, you know what? Some of you might not know what a horn is. You know, I'm Caribbean. Yeah, I'm Caribbean, so I have to speak my Caribbean. If the daughter sees you, the mother or the father, putting a horn on each other, well, you've given them, you've given them the go ahead for them that in any relationship they enter, they must put a horn on the person they are loving. They'll put a horn on the person.
Yes.
Yeah, they will tell you. Yeah, they will tell you. Well, yeah, even if they will come to you and tell, I think that man is due for horn. He's due for horn. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, yeah, that man is due for horn.
This video is going out to the world.
Yeah,
Explain that.
yeah. Your husband is due for horn. Your wife is due for horn. Can you believe that? They are due for horn. We are talking of horn. H-O-R-N, horn, like the horn on the head of a buffalo. Yeah.
Clarify the horn.
Oh, please, can you do that for me? Because I don't know how to put it very well. Please talk to them. And by the way, none of you is due for horn. None of you is due for horn. I'm serious, none. Lizzie, where is Lizzie? Where's Lizzie tonight? Lizzie, where are you?
I'm here listening to you.
Okay, you are not due for horn, okay? You are not due for horn. Okay? Yeah? Yep, Shante, you are not due for horn. Vicky, you are not due for horn. Uh-huh. So let's go on. Who wanna clarify what horn means? Who wanna pick it up? Vivian, you wanna talk about it, or Roslyn, or Samantha?
Samantha, I know due for horn simply means cheating on your partner.
Cheating on your partner. Yep, that's what they mean in the Caribbean, due for horn. Infidelity, yep. And you will see a man telling a woman that the husband is due for horn. Say you must. You say, yeah, say your husband is due for horn, which means you say your husband, why should he be the only one having sex with you? Come on, somebody else should enjoy the bread that they cook, the bread that they bake in the factory is so big. Why should your husband be the only one eating the bread? Come on, he's due to be cheated anyway. Jump and cheat the bastard. He's an idiot. He's a fool. He cannot even supply your need. Look at you. You're a beautiful woman. Come on. That man is due for horn. Get rid of him. Let's put a horn on his butt. Boom.
Bishop.
Yes.
There's something I want to say because sometimes, and some that I know for sure, some of the problems that we are facing cultural. Because we have situations, there's something that they call breaking it in, which means that an uncle or a father, they have the right in certain cultures to break in the little girls.
What are you talking about? Wait. I've never heard this before. I've never heard this. Say it again. We want to hear this.
Yes. It's cultural. Some of it is cultural.
Cultural?
It's called breaking in. It's called breaking in.
Breaking in?
Yes. Meaning.
To fiaqua.
These children. Let me just finish because let me just finish a minute. They give permission. They have permission to go sleep with the girls or the boys. No.
What?
Something that actually happened. We had two little girls. They're twins. 4 or 5. And they used to come to Saturday service. And sitting on the leg of the pastor, the little girl said, I don't understand. My dad keep leaving his buggers in me. And she kept, trying to put it appropriately, trying to fix herself. So she took her to the room because she was like, what's going on? When they checked her, the father was sleeping with her. And there was a letter, because when the police came, they sent the churches around a letter and instructed us that this is to be on the lookout for this, because this is cultural. And the parents will not the parents ignores it because that's part of what they do.
What?
At that young age? Yes.
It's not necessarily at that young age, but it's very common in the Caribbean, and we all, those of us from the Caribbean, we know that their fathers tend to believe that they have the first right to speak with their daughters.
Are you serious?
Yes. And Spanish countries as well, there is a letter that has gone around to the churches telling you that if you have this in your community, please pay attention because this is what is happening. And the children take it as normal or they can't say anything. Or if they go to their parents, the parents is like, oh, well, that's normal.
What?
Or they don't believe them, or the father threaten the children that if you tell your mommy,
Yes.
you kill your mommy. Yes. Because I have worked with children like that. I have had to work with children like that.
Wow, that is terrible.
What you're saying is cultural but not legal.
Yes, it's not. Oh my gosh.
It's legal. It's cultural. It's cultural in the family. It's cultural in the family.
That's why here in the U.S., the police is trying to get it out to the churches who have these people in the community to pay attention because once they come into it, and you can call them there. Because we've had enough for a fact that we had one child that was murdered because they tried to keep it in the family, and when she began to talk, when they investigated it, there was a big thing, and the police were talking to everybody saying families do not cover up this stuff. There's justice. You can get justice. You can get help.
Wow. This is big. Let's just take a little. Let's just listen to a little music for a second, and then we come back. This is too big. This is big. This is huge. I have never heard of this before. This is huge. Wow. Okay, let's continue. How do you guys react to this kind of stuff? How do you react to this kind of stuff when a father has a right to break in to a daughter or the mother to break into a son, this is crazy.
Yes, and
I was on the phone. Listen to this. I was on the phone. There was a lady that called me. The son is 16 or 17 years old. And the mother called me for me to schedule her for I think it has to do with finances. So she's paid to consult with me. So she called me, and then the son, over the phone, I can hear the son was telling the mother, "I'm going to bed. Why don't you come to bed?" And I told the woman, I said, "What am I just hearing?" I said to the woman, "What am I just hearing? I hope what I'm hearing is not deceiving me. Is your son telling you to come to bed? How old is your son?" She said, that's 16 or 17. That's exactly 16 or 17. That guy is about to finish high school. I said, "The boy is still sleeping in your bed?" She said, "Yes." Do you know this woman does not sleep with anything? That's what she told me. She was very bold. She doesn't sleep like somebody you cover yourself. She said, "That's my son. After all, he sees everything right from when he was born." You mean to tell me that you sleep naked? You are sleeping in the same bed with your son, who is 16 years old. Are you serious? What do we call that? What do we call that? Eh? So you know what I said? I said, I am coming to Trinidad to flog all the women and men like that.
oh, Trinidad, the Caribbean.
I was really, really angry when I saw that. I said, you cannot disgrace my Caribbean people. Do you know that woman left the phone? Has never called me up till today. She fled. She fled.
That's right.
Is it right for a woman to be still sleeping with the son, the same bed, at the age of 16 and above? Is that right?
No.
Is it right? Let's face it. Is it right?
No. They're sleeping.
You say what?
There is sleeping and there is sleeping. Sleeping with the child.
Tell me about it.
No, involved.
You mean that there will be no money to buy an extra bed and put somewhere? Is that what you are telling me?
What about a mattress? You have to put a bed in the mattress. Listen, either way you cut this and slice this is a 16-year-old. His hormones are raging. You understand? And you are sleeping with this young man, and he's sleeping in your bed, and you are naked. Come on.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Come on.
Shouldn't she knows better? Now, how is that child?
And she probably can't keep a relationship.
Yep.
Because this young man, he as far as he's concerned, we're stepping into his territory.
Yep. Can you believe that men and women can think like that? They are fathers whose daughters at the age of 16, 17, 18, the daughters is still sleeping in the same bed with the father. Are you serious?
Yes. And I think too.
I mean, the woman thought that I was going to call the cops and so on. I think that is the reason. And she fled. I've never seen her anymore. I've not heard from her. That's what I meant. I thought that is very, very wrong.
I wanted to say something. Speaking from the position of a parent and a teacher.
Yes.
As a teacher, in school we have have to teach the children about the United Nations, the Convention of Rights of the Child.
Okay.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child indicates that you are not supposed to beat your children. You're not supposed to abuse them, flog them. There are so many rights that children have now, it is unbelievable. And at school, they are taught what those rights are, which gives them that open window to challenge you at home. Because remember, they are being educated about the school.
Okay.
And they are also taught to report you, the parent, when you contravene those rights.
Wow.
To the point where the principal of the school, because as a special ed teacher where I worked, I was always in meetings with the principal and the parents for parents who contravene those rights. So the child will report the parent. The principal will call a meeting to bring the parents in. Sometimes we have the district education officer or the board of directors, the school board director, and the parents are warned that they are not supposed to be beating children because in St. Lucia especially, it has become illegal to beat children at school. And what we are hoping is that it follows at home. So sometimes it may seem as if that parent is a bad parent, but we have to also look at the outside or external influences.
Okay.
If a parent beat that child, that parent is reported.
Okay.
The Department of Human Services will investigate that parent.
Is there no other way? Yeah, is there no other way for us to raise children apart from beating them if they are not doing things that is going to favor them today and tomorrow? Is there another way of taking care of business? That is what I mean, is of raising them without actually beating them. I want people to chip in here. Mary, help us here because you are good at it. Victoria, where is Victoria? Victoria, help us. Queen of England and Scotland, help us.
Well, when you should hit your kid, your child.
Yeah, how do we raise our kids without reaching a point of wanting to put hand on them or beat them?
Well, when they're little, they're gonna run on the street. You have to spank them so that they don't do it again, because that could kill them. You know.
Okay, that's when they are little.
Excuse me. Yeah, when they're okay. They grown up. Well, there's too many different backgrounds that we're dealing with. It depends on, do you ever, like all these parents that I've been hearing about, that pisses me off how they are acting. I feel bad for the kids. So, you know, you're talking about parents are not really doing what they're supposed to do. I think they all need counseling. They need to go through and heal everything, because the kids are going to be rebelling against the parents because they're disappointed in the parents. Especially like if the parents are watching porn and they doing all these other things, and you know, no wonder the kids don't listen to them.
All right. Barbara, where is Barbara?
Good.
Barbara. How do you raise kids without beating them if they do not want to do what they should do? They don't want to do their homework. They don't want to do dishes, all these kind of things, and they are threatening you. What do you do? Vivian, how do you raise kids? How did you do it? And all yours came out pretty perfect, pretty good.
Well, with mine, I used to ground them.
You used to do what?
Like ground them. Don't let them go out.
Ah.
Take them in. I remember with my son one day had an incident, and I told him to take care of his room.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoke to him about once, twice. I didn't speak a third time, but I just gave him time.
Okay.
He didn't do it, and I grounded him for 3 months.
Good.
So all he could do is look out and watch the kids play, and he couldn't go out. And now he's very tidy. But I grounded him for 3 months.
Okay. See, that is one way of doing it. Another person, what's another way?
Bishop, I do believe that the Holy Spirit is part of the training because some people don't pay attention. And one of the things that I find is the Holy Spirit, every child is different. And if you can connect with that spirit and work accordingly, because one punishment for one child will not work for the other. And the Holy Spirit gives you guidance on how to do stuff.
Yeah, but there is also a general rule to how to raise kids, no matter.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Okay, now let's talk to Lizzie. Lizzie, how did you raise them?
One thing about the Holy Spirit, they're not connected. I understand that, but I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
Because one is psychiatrist, but it's also wisdom. And what I want to say, because it happened to me when I was in Canada. I cannot call the name, but one of the big ministers. There was a problem between the father and the mother. Do you know that child wanted to go with the father? So she couldn't get her way. So what she did the morning was to go down to the basement. She cut herself. She beat herself. I mean, she was black and blue. Went to school and told there's a social worker that her mother was being violent to her, and if she got ready.
All right, Lizzie, let's go on. Lizzie, how do you raise kids? Because you've raised very perfect children. Please talk to us. Perfect and very successful children. Hello? Is Lizzie there? It sounds like there's nobody on the line. Are there people on the line? Wow. I don't think people are listening. Okay. All right, let's see. I don't know what happened here. Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. we go. All right, let's carry on. We are on. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. The line went off. Okay, let's continue.
What we were saying, Bishop, is that with all these, the society now telling you that you cannot discipline your children.
Yes.
What we call it corporal punishment.
Okay.
And so on. And giving these children the right to call the cops on their parents.
Okay.
It's these same cops, okay, that will come and they will when these children get into trouble now,
yeah,
the same cops, the child is going to end up in jail. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
And then I heard, look, you remember when they had the situation in Baltimore when everything went crazy in Baltimore and the people were looting and it was a big thing with the cops. Everybody was against the cops, and this one particular woman with her son, he was out there with the crowd, and he was out there carrying on and being disrespectful to the police and so on. And this one woman went and snatched her son and beat the crap out of him until he got home. And that was the only time that I heard the police chief said that they agreed with the mother. She did not they did not put their hand on her. They did not arrest her. Instead, she ended up on television, everybody was applauding her. But the same cop that will arrest your child and it would arrest you for disciplining your child is the same cop that will point their finger at you and say that it is the way you raise your child that causes the children to end up in jail.
Wow. See that?
This is it is crazy.
But I feel like what they call correctional system, they are not correcting anything, they are making it worse. So Roslyn, thank you so much. That is true. How is this thing ever gonna be fixed? Because this is very, very confusing. They don't want you to discipline your child. They say you are shouting at your kid, you are being too legal, you are being too religious, you are being too this. Same people will come and take that same child and go and put that child in jail, because the more that child stays in jail, the more the people who own the jail are making money. The court will make money. Yeah, the police will make money. Court, police, and the owners of the jail, they are all making money off your child. I don't get it.
It's a strategy. It's a business strategy.
Good. So is there a place for us to tell our children, that, look, if you are not listening now, they are going to make a business out of you. They are going to make money out of you, whether you like it or not.
Oh, yes.
Good. All right.
Yes.
We were listening to Lizzie when the phone went off. Lizzie, where are you? Talk to us. How did you raise the children to be such nice and successful children? Okay, she's not there. All right.
Busy.
She's not there. Where is Mary?
Mary is here.
Okay, you have very nice children. How have you been able to raise these kids to be this nice? What is the secret? What are you doing?
I would say that one thing
You see, all of you should know that if I don't ask Mary to say something, she won't say nothing. That's just her lifestyle, you know. So I have to come and pick her and tell her you have to at least say something. At least I've seen that you are raising a nice family. You know.
Yeah. Thank you. It also depends on the kind of children you have.
Okay.
The children might be the kind that might listen to you and might not listen to you.
Okay.
So if you have the kind that they used to listen to you, then you are fortunate. But if you have, let's talk about the ones that will not listen.
Mm-hmm.
What I will do is that my children like device a lot, like their phone, their laptops. So what they like most is what I will take from them.
Okay, got it.
I was just saying that.
Got it. All right. That is okay. That is great. So that's the way she deals with them when there is a problem. Now let's go to something else here. Mary, thank you. I want parents to help us here. There are two things that I wanted to discuss. If your teenage son went and met somebody pregnant, or your daughter is 16, 17, or 18 finishing high school, and she got pregnant, how are you going to handle that? That's number one. Number two, we want to discuss these two and we'll end it here. Number two, if your son or daughter becomes a transgender, if he's a girl, she wanna become a boy, and if he's a boy, he wanna become a girl, or your son decide to become gay and your daughter to become lesbians, what are you gonna do about it? So there are two things here. What about if your daughter get pregnant, or your son makes somebody pregnant, or if they become gay? What are you gonna do? Number three. No, number three. So pick any one you want to answer. That's why I'm gonna throw the whole three into one at once. Number three. What about if they're keeping the wrong company? That has led you discover that your son or daughter is secretly doing drugs, or secretly watching pornography, already secretly doing gambling, or secretly is selling drug for somebody you don't know. How are you gonna deal with that? So there are three things. Pick any. Pregnancy. What is the other one? Addiction problem. Alcohol. They're already drinking secretly. They're already doing drugs secretly. Or they're already selling drugs for somebody secretly. Or they become gay. What will you do? How do you deal with this? I know that one of the areas that I deal with it, I told you, parent, talk to me about it. Don't talk to anybody. Just shut it down. Talk to me about it. I'll go to the altar and deal with it. Whether the prayer is answered now or not. When once I've done what I've done, that child is going to become what you want that child to become sooner or later in life. And that is just how it has been working. It has been this way. So that you do not go and kill yourself or think that you failed. There's something you did wrong. That's why your child is into addiction, drunkenness, selling drugs for somebody, or an alcoholic, or having sex in secret, getting somebody pregnant, or stealing in stores. Go to a store and steal. Things of that nature. How are you going to deal with this kind of stuff? Or become gay. How are you going to deal with it? See, these are the hard ones. These are the tough ones that we've not even looked at. This is the tough one. We've looked at the little ones, but let's look at popular culture now. The ones that is going on now. How are you gonna deal with it? You go into Bangkok and you are seeing a lot of beautiful girls, and they are boys. And the boys that mix up with the girls, you don't know who is the boy, you don't know who is the girl, because they are all girls. Most of them are transgender. And of course the Buddhist culture and a part of Hinduism do permit that. They don't have any problem with that. Of course, I know that they remind us that as spirits, we are not male or female. I know they remind us of that. But in our physical existence here, we all came with a gender. We came with a sexual, we are either male or female. So I don't understand why you need to go and change from a female to a male and from a male to a female. I don't understand. But I know that as spirit, we are not male or female. That I know. But does that mean that because that is so, you should go and change? No. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with your daughter becoming pregnant? How do we deal with your son making somebody pregnant? How do we deal with your son becoming a thief? Things that never run in the family. How do you deal with it? How do you deal if your son suddenly become a lunatic, become a mental case, suddenly join the occult, begin to watch Zodiac? These are things that I'm throwing out at all of you tonight. Pick any one and talk about it, any of it. This thing doesn't run in the family. There's nothing you've done to show this. Nobody practices this. And suddenly it's there. How are you going to deal with it? You're going to sit back and become a mental case because you think you failed? That you should have been more serious, more churchy, more legal. You should have gone to church more. You should have taken them to church more. You should have done this more. You should have done that. You should maybe not have married. Maybe you should have divorced a long time ago. You know? You should have been strict more than you did. But they were all turning out good. And in so many ways, they are good just in these areas. And sometimes you see them drinking alcohol, doing this sex thing, doing this gay thing, and suddenly they have great gifts. They are hitting A's and B's, but they are those things. How are you going to deal with it? You're going to throw them away? Because you are a Christian? Jesus doesn't like them? So you should throw them away. You are irritable. You're angry. You hate that person. Maybe they start coming home with is this a boy with another boy? Or if it's a boy with the girlfriend, you didn't want them to have girlfriend at that time. And soon there is pregnancy. You don't know what to do. What do you do when your son start bringing a girlfriend or your daughter start bringing a boyfriend to the house? Like a girl was telling the mother, I have the right to bring my boyfriend to come and sleep in this house because this is my home too. I have the right. What are you going to do? I'm serious. I saw a girl told the mother that. I said, what the heck? And like Vivian will say, I say, shoot. What the heck? The mother is sitting in the living room reading newspaper, and the daughter walked past with a boy to her room, not say anything to, and the mother said, where do you guys think you're going to? And the daughter said, we are going to have fun. We are going to have sex. I have the right because this is my house too. And the mother told the boy, where are you from? Who are you? Why do you come to somebody's home? You didn't even say, hello, I am so and so. I am your daughter's girlfriend. And you are walking straight with her to her room. And you are seeing me there. Will you get out of this house right now? And you know, some boys are very stupid. And the boy is telling the girl, who is she? The boy is asking the girl who the mother is. Who is that woman? I'm serious. And that's when the woman called the cops. And the cops came and called the parent of the boy. And the boy was cursing out at the girl's mother. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And then the parent of the boy came, and they are now accusing the parent of the girl that she knew about this, that they are trying to spoil her son. Can you imagine that? And now things are complicated because of a daughter. And the mother have never seen that boy before. And the mother is telling the cops, this is the first time I'm seeing him. I don't know who he is. Never seen him before. And this is the disrespect I'm getting. And the parents are coming. Oh my gosh. If you see how that woman gave it to the parent of the boy, you'll be clapping for her. And the daughter left the house and slammed the door. And the woman said, where do you think you are going? Get your butt back in here. Where do you think you are going? You leave, you cannot come back here. The daughter knew the game is up. She's not joking. You leave, you are not coming back here.
That's right.
It's like my dad. You fail a class, you are out of school. So everybody sat up. Except my senior brother. My father tried. He said, no, let me leave him alone. The rest of us, you fail a class, you are not among the number 1, 2, 3. In the test, you are not number 1 or number 2 or number 3. You're going to get a whooping, big time flogging that you've never seen. I remember when I was second in my class. In high school, I was second when they sent my grade to my parent. You see, a kid do not want you to see their grade. Are you serious? Kids don't want you to see their grade. Seriously? That's why I like Mary's children. They are very open with me. Mary's children are very open with me when it comes to almost everything. Vivian's kids, the same. Victoria's children, the same. Many of you. The kids call me. There are things your kids will not want to talk with you, but they will talk to me about it. That's how it is. Kids want to accept their right. They don't want you to see their grade. Seriously? So that you don't know what they are doing in school. I took second position and my father flogged the hell into me for being second in high school. One of the semesters, my father beat the hell out of me and said, do they use eggs or meat to cook and feed the person who took first position? You see the way my father flogged me. Oh my gosh. My mother came to beg. After that, I swore. I made it. I said to myself, nobody's going to beat me in the tests or anything we are going to do in school because I do not want to come home and get a beating. I was flogged like a thief by my father. You can't even call the cops. You know why? You know why you cannot even call police? Because the chief of police is my father's friend. The chief of police of my city is my father's friend. They drink every day. They meet every day. So how are you even going to call the cops? Tell me about it. He come to our home with his gun on his side, with his security. So how are you even going to call the cops? Tell me about it. Because the chief of police is disciplining his own children. He's flogging them like my father is flogging us. It is my senior brother who will run away. My father said, okay. But for me, where do you go? You are a tiny little skeleton like me. Where do you? I don't even have no butt for my father to flog. And that's why in high school, the teachers never flogged me because I was a very good kid. I studied, have high grades. My high grade was not high enough for my father. After that beating I received, that changed everything. I competed like crazy. There is a professor in Canada that wrote to Aye. Aye is the guy that is the principal of one of the high school in Nigeria, that they know him for flogging his students. He flogged them. He will invite your parent to come and watch him flog their children. I'm serious. He will invite the parent to come and watch the flogging, and he will flog your kid before you. I'm serious. You dare insult that principal, they will call the cops on you and tell you to take your kid and go somewhere and go and destroy that kid. Do you know that every child that man flogged, they all are medical doctors, surgeons, professors. They are all over the world. All of them. I used to go to that man's house when I was doing my master's. He will make me coffee or he make me tea, and you will see packages coming from different countries. Those are the students. He told me, these are the students that I flogged. They will be sending him money. And serious. Every student that man flogged, they're all scientists of different kinds. And I saw one of the postcards he gave to me, and I read, it's one of the professor of, I think, internal medicine in Toronto, Canada. He wrote, "Thank you, dear principal," because they still call him principal, even though the man is a professor now. He retired from being a principal of that school and became a professor in the university where I studied. The kids still call him, even though those kids are now professors and medical doctors and judges, they still call him Papa. They still call him flogging master. I saw one of the postcard, one of the guy who is practices internal medicine, said, "Thank you for flogging me. That's why I am a medical doctor today." How many kids will say that? The man has a cane in his car. If the man is passing through the street, he sees any of the students misbehaving, even on the street, he will pull you aside and flog you right there on the street. And parents love him for that. And all those students turn out to become great people. All of them. Senators. Just name it. Many. Because of one single little man that flogged them. And when he finished flogging you, he will tell you why he flogged you. And he will sit you down. He will sit you down and begin to correct your physics, your chemistry, and will ask you to stay there. Even if it's going to be 1 o'clock midnight, you have to pass that test. You have to sit down and read in his presence. It's not that he's going to tell you go home. No, he didn't trust the parent. He will put you in his office. You are going to stay there until you get it right. He will ask your teacher to come, and you guys are going to get it right. That's why everyone who passed through him, all of them are somebody today. He flogged hell out of them. That's what we call flogging hell out of them. Flogged hell out of them. You will see that man with his, what do we call it? With his English pipe. He smokes English pipe, because he studied in Edinburgh. He studied in Scotland. You know, all of us are Scottish people. You will see him with his pipe in his mouth while he's teaching history. I did history under him during the master's program. He will teach and teach. The man does not come with any book. I've never seen him with a book. Jesus Christ. Never seen him with a book. Very tiny little man that drives a Peugeot French car. He will just walk in, make himself a coffee, sit down. "Student, how are you? Everybody all right?" They say yes. He sit down. First thing he will light, he will take Erin more, those yellow tin, remove the English tobacco and stuck in his pipe and light it up, and he will blow it all on all of us. Like that was his voodoo. He will blow it on all of us, and then he will make himself a cup of coffee or tea, and he will be drinking, and then he will start talking. And this man is quoting dates and events and stuff. Crazy. And I sat there and I said, this man is not supposed to die on this earth with this kind of brain. It's not supposed to. Too much. I love it. Every class I go to sit down to listen, and he will be churning out classical history of Hannibal and all of that. You go and check the dates. Everything he's telling you is the same. If you remember the dates, you tell the story. If you remember the story, you tell the dates and connect everything and make it real. Everybody came to his class. Medical doctors, lawyers, accountants. I just love him. And every one of them, he flogged the hell out of them.
Okay.
How do you deal with this? So if none of you can answer it, all these things that I've put together, go and think seriously about it. Unless somebody has something to say. Because this is not about religion. Here, this is about life. Things do happen. Kids can go out there and drink, get drunk, and they don't even know when they get somebody pregnant. Or catch a virus. How are you going to deal with it? Or get pregnant, or get somebody pregnant, and you'll be too ashamed. They will now know. They will now know that, oh, everybody will know, oh, I'm finished. I'm a Christian, I'm born again, I'm spirit-filled. Everybody will think I didn't raise my children well. That's not true, you did. Things do happen. Shante, are you here with me? No, she's not there anymore. Okay. How do you deal with those kind of things if it does happen?
I think you just have to keep communication open with your kids, because sometimes there may be times when they don't understand. They may be scared, but I think it's important to keep communication open. Good. And that way you can guide them on which way they want to go.
And if those things that I've mentioned have already happened, what will you do?
Just talk to them, see what kind of decision, they need to make.
Okay.
You can help them as a parent.
Okay.
Help them make the decision too.
Okay, got it. Okay, anybody else? Vivian, Lizzie, Malia, Mary, Victoria, Nancy.
This is Barbara. I'll speak on it.
Okay, go ahead. Which one are you picking up?
This is Barbara.
Yes.
Oh, the one about the daughter getting pregnant.
Yes.
I think what it is that we as women of color, or men of color, or single moms, or just a group of married men and women, we don't take our kids to counseling. And why? So we don't take our kids to counseling because we need a lot of counseling too that we did not manage.
By the way, let me correct you, Barbara. Barbara, you are not a woman of color. Are you listening? Yeah, you are an American. You are an American. You don't have no color, so you are not a woman of color. Everybody has color, so I don't know why you hold on to that. I am no color. I'm an American, and that's who you are. Continue.
Okay, what I was saying that we need counseling because even our generation, a lot of us didn't have parents even the married couples. They needed counseling too because our parents didn't taught us a lot of stuff to bring to the next generation. So we can't really punish the next generation. We are going to see what happens to us. They benefit that also. So I'm not trying to put anyone down, but I think it's a lot of counseling and no medication. Trying to give the kids good stuff like fruits, vegetables, natural stuff. No medication, so that makes things worse. That's my part of it.
Okay. So give them, fill them, pump them up with vegetables, no medication. All right.
Yeah, no medication, no, because Ritalin, it drives the kids crazy and sometimes even gives them cancer because it's too much for them to handle.
Okay. So like Chantel will say, start feeding them with vegetables from the word go. Start giving them the right stuff from the word go. Shante, is that right?
Yes.
Yep. Start giving them the vitamins, the everything that they need from the word go. This is a classic program on how to raise teenagers to adults. This is classic. Mary, make sure you write that down. And Vicky, how to raise teenagers to adult. That's what we've been dealing with. This is classic, which we will always refer back to. Is there anybody who wanna chip in something? Shanti has said that if they are going through the different things that I've mentioned, you need to keep the communication line open, which means you can get angry at them to the point that you shut them off and they will go and do bad things to themselves because they don't know how to handle anything. Don't think that because your child is 16, 17, 18 that they know anything. They don't know anything about life. They can challenge you that, this is not your generation. You know, our generation is different from your generation. That's a pure lie. Their generation is not better than our own. They need us for foundation. They need us to make their generation better. So don't think that because your kid knows computer, don't think that because of it that they are better off than you. No. Because Facebook and computer can destroy you or they can be a blessing. It all depends. Somebody wanted to chip in something. Please, let's do.
Yeah, I want to tackle that of the gay.
Okay.
If you've done everything with the child to the teenager, your teenager, and he still up to his focus and his determination is to go in to become a gay, and wants it by all means and at all costs, just leave the child. Don't kill yourself that or blame yourself that because you are a Christian and you haven't gotten any of this in your family, you didn't raise the children for this, but this is what your child wants. Please let the child go.
There you go.
And because you have prayed already and all that, the child will come back.
Good. And you believe that the prayer that you prayed, that the prayer you have put out there, that prayer is serious and that prayer is gonna work. Continue, Mary.
Yeah, and I was going to say that the prayer is following the child.
I love that. Did you guys hear that? The prayer you prayed for your child is following your child. Whoa, that is heavy. That is big. Please write it down for me as a powerful key. The prayer you released on behalf of your child is following that child forever and ever. Whoa! Samantha, did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
There we go. Where is Diane? Diane, did you hear that?
Yes, Baby Trina.
There you go. The prayer you've released is following that child. And 100% of the time, whatever I prayed together with you, the mother or father on behalf of your children, they normally come to pass. All of it. Yep. So thank you for tackling that. What about if the child steals? There is no stealing in the family. What do? Do you start making sure that money is available? Like what I normally do to those of you who have children, I normally call up your kids and say, do you have money in your account? Or do you have money in your piggy bank? Okay, Daddy Archbishop is going to send you $50, $20. I want you to have some money. Because if children do not have their own little money to spend, or you don't put them to little tasks whereby you reward them, because you have to let them know that life is a reward system. they will start looking at other kids who have this, who have that. That's why there are certain things that kids should have. They should have certain things. Because if they don't have it, sometimes it will lead kids to go and steal. Steal other kids' stuff or steal in a store. And you see what they steal in a store? $1, $2 stuff, $5 stuff. Seriously? Whereas if that kid had $10 every month, $20 every month, that's your pocket money. That kid will not get into that. So there are certain things kids need that they should have. Yes.
Bishop, I wanted to interject with this thing. I had a nephew who steals a lot, and when you put the money, you hide the money in your room, no matter what. When that girl enters the room, she will know where the money is.
Because that's the spirit of a thief. When a child is like that, you know that that child has the spirit of a thief and need deliverance.
Yes.
And with that, you know that that child, if you don't really take it serious to deal with that problem, that child will grow up and become a thief. Yeah, that girl will walk into Victoria's Secret and they will say, what did that girl steal? They say she stole. She stole 2 pennies. She stole 2 bra. Is that what should be spoken of somebody stealing? His bra and pennies? Are you serious? When people are stealing billions of dollars with a pen, you are going to go and steal penny and bra at Victoria's Secret. Come on, give me a break.
I know somebody whose kid was like that, always stealing. He said, I'll be to the school the night hard. And next thing the father found out, he was on drugs, serious drugs.
The father was on drugs.
No, the boy.
No, that's boy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was about to buy drugs.
He was stealing the money to buy drug. Oh my gosh.
And the father was called here all hours, crying. He didn't know what to do. So he would when he think he had money to pay the mortgage, the son went in the bank. However, he cracked the code. The kid was smart. He really was. And take the money, steal his equipment and sell it, and he was a serious job. They put him in, what they call it, so he can get over it.
Okay.
Someplace in Connecticut they found it. And he would sign himself out. I mean, the father didn't know what to do with that kid. He left home, he brought his girlfriend there. It was like the father just declined. Father got so sick from that, he passed away.
Wow. So the son killed the father finally.
About 18, 19, he looked like he was about late 50s. I don't know, he looked so old.
And from the word go when that child started to steal and you know that you cannot control that child, that's when you call the social services in to come and help you.
They called, the father called everybody he could call, I swear. He did. Father really
did they take the child away from him? Because there is a place where they put such people.
He was a teenager.
That's what I'm saying. Teenagers, there is a place for rehabilitation of teenagers with such problems. Is that not true?
We just heard when the father passed away because he got so sick over it.
Yeah, because the father should have, you see, when a child, you cannot control a child. This is what we were talking, and I think we should end it like this too. When you cannot control...
The kid just died.
Yeah, if you cannot control a child, and the child wants to put you to shame to that, you've done everything, then the people who are professionals in dealing with such things with teenagers should be called to take over. Am I saying the right thing? Roslyn, Samantha, Vivian, am I saying the right thing?
Yes.
Because a lot of parents don't want to lose the child to the professionals to take care of it. That's why they suffer.
But we know he called the professionals.
Did they take the child out? If the child still live, the child doesn't need to be living with him anymore.
Yeah, to sign himself out. They did try everything. I'm not talking with somebody here. We knew the people.
Okay.
A friend of ours, he just had problems.
Okay, were they treating the child as an adult or as a teenager? Which one?
He was doing it for so long, he went from teenage into adulthood like that. Nothing they do, they could help this child.
Okay, from the time that child was a teenager was when the breaking should have started. Immediately you find out that. If a child steals once, steals twice.
I'm telling you they did it. I'm telling you, I know for a fact they did. Everything anybody tell them to do, they did it.
All right. I don't understand. Okay. All right.
The father used to call here crying. I know they did it. He got something over it. He got sick.
Yeah, okay.
It was just like one hopeless case, no matter what they tried or what they did.
Is there anything that is wrong with this picture that Diane is telling us?
Perhaps it's what kind of advice the father was given.
There you go.
What kind of advice? The father came from what we will call a good home. Yes, so what I'm saying is
where was the mother?
Exactly what it is.
Where was the mother in all of this?
It got so bad the mother and father separated. Oh my God.
Okay, so now you are talking. So it's more complicated than that. So it's possible that that child was manipulating both parents. Yeah. So we want to end it here for tonight. Thank you, all of you. I'll see all of you tomorrow at the Sunday service. It has been a very wonderful Saturday night. Have a very good sleep, a very good night. And for all the contribution and services, I want to thank you so much. I like you, and do not forget, this will do you a lot of good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night, ladies. Good night. Good night. Hi. Yeah. The people who just called the no service to help them because he was here. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Woo!